All right, guys, Tom here with another video coming at you. I was going to do 2 videos last week, and I think I talked about it in my video in the one video that I did make. And I actually did make a second video last week, and it was 15 minutes long. I recorded the entire thing, and it turns out that this new software I'm using to make my voice sound better, well, dubbing my voice while live while it's recording, was not working. And I uploaded the entire thing to YouTube before I realized that my voice cut out like every half a second. So I'm looking at the video software right now, or the voice software right now, and it does seem to be working. So I really hope that this works, because I don't want to record a whole nother video and have to throw it away again. But I am going to do a little bit of a different video than I was going to make last week. I think I'll make that video again later in the week. That video was on the global shipping program. But this one, I do want to make a video on just how important it is to get an eBay store right off the bat. And I know there's a lot of beginners in this, and I know that eBay dropshipping is a hot topic in this day and age, or at this moment in time right now. And I do think that there's a lot of people that are getting into this thinking it's like this just happy-go-lucky, joyous thing where you're just going to make all this money. But like in reality, you do need to realize that it is a business, and you do need to invest in yourself in this business. You do need to run it like it is a business. It's not something where you just throw items on there and you're just going to start making tons of money and you're going to be rich, and all your friends are going to be rich too because you told them about it. So before we get started in that, I'm just going to show you guys. I've never showed this before in any of my other videos, but this is the free Facebook group that I do run. It's called Dropshipping University. We are currently at almost 3,000 members. Oh, we are at 3,000 members. We just hit it. So we're at 3,000 members, so congrats to us. We're growing fast. I think I started in early June with this, so in maybe 2.5 months, it's grown this fast, and I can't be more surprised and more thankful for how fast it grew, and it really is a great community. Just the amount of just communication interaction we have between the people in our groups right now is just, it's off the charts, and it's like something like 50% of the people in the group have at least commented, liked, or done something within the group, and that's pretty unheard of in large groups like this. So I mean, we are trying to run a great community here, and I think we're doing a pretty good job at it. So a few things about the group that I've been updating, we've been doing recently, and I plan on doing a lot more in the next couple days and weeks to follow. So one thing is that we do have a file section right here. Right now we only have one file in it, but me and my business partner Jason actually came up with a PDF that we call the #1 most effective eBay growth hack. And it's what we've been doing ever since the big fall in sales in late April of 2018, where everybody saw a plummet in their sales. We've been doing 2 major things since that plummet in sales, and this PDF is for free that we did make for you guys. It has a lot of great content in it on how we dealt with just the drop in sales in general, and how I was doing about, I think it was 84,000 or something was my highest month before that, and now I'm scraping months of almost 150. I think I'm at 147,000 right now for the month of, the last 30 days. So from now until 30 days ago, 31 days, whatever you want to call it, whatever eBay calls it. So if you want the free PDF, it was given out to everybody in our group that signed up with their email or gave us their email to send it to them. So if you want this PDF, it's for free in the group right now. You don't even have to give us your email. It's just right here. All you have to do is join the group and get into it. Another cool thing about Facebook groups that I think is pretty new that not a lot of people know or do is these things called units. So I just set up the main unit today, and this one's just called eBay Dropshipping Basics. So I added, it's 9 posts, so it's 9 different videos, and it's basically just a breakdown of all the YouTube videos that I've created with a more in-depth description than I would put on the actual YouTube channel. But I do plan in the future and putting like little miniature courses in there and just cool substance and information that'll help you guys succeed in your eBay dropshipping business. So, if you guys want to see a little bit more about the group, it's all right here. This is a discussion. Everybody's answering questions, posting questions. I am taking up the feed right now with what I posted earlier, but it is a great community, and there is a lot of just good information out there. I try to answer all the questions that I'm tagged in. So there's so many questions now. I did say originally that I was trying to answer every single question, but I need to get tagged in these questions now. There's too many that are going up, and I'm sure that I miss a lot daily. I do try to scroll through and answer questions, but please just tag me in a question if you want me to answer it. And please make sure that it is a good question. There's a little search bar right here. Just, search like a few keywords from your question before you attempt to type it in there. You might realize that somebody has already asked the question about 50 different times in 50 different ways, and it's already answered out there for you. So without further ado, this video is about the eBay store and why I am 100% all for you needing an eBay store right off the bat. There's other videos that I've done on different softwares like Zik Analytics, TrackerBot, Web Seller Guru, Profit Scraper, whatever software that I just, completely endorse. I use all of these programs that I do endorse. It's not like I'm endorsing these programs just to like make affiliate commission off you guys. I 100% use all these programs that I do endorse, and I have yet to even endorse a program that I've used in the past and don't use anymore. I wholeheartedly 100% use all of the programs that I endorse. So, but that being said, you do not need all of these programs that I use. I consider these programs imperative to my business, but that's the way that I run my business. The way I run my business is at probably a much higher level than a lot of you guys just starting out run your business, and you might not need all of these programs. You don't need TrackerBot if you only sell 2 items a month, because hopefully you can find the time to upload those 2 tracking informations in the 30 days that you have. If you're selling 10 items a month, you probably still don't even need TrackerBot. But if you're hitting 50 to 100 plus items a month, let alone 200 sales a day that I do, then you're going to need TrackerBot. So, I mean, I do endorse these programs, but I don't expect everybody to feel the necessity to go out and get these programs or use my affiliate links or whatever. But I do suggest, and it's not even suggestion, you do have to get an eBay store. It has to be a basic store right off the start. There's a starter store, something that they just came out with in May, I think. Don't get that store. That store is a waste of time. You need to get a basic store right off the bat. And if you don't do that, then you're pretty much screwing yourself out of just a ton of money. And I'm going to show you guys some examples of this like right now. But before I do that, I would like to ask you guys that if you like my content and you like the videos that I'm putting out and you want to see me put out more videos, I'm going to start trying to do 2 every single week, maybe 3. Then please subscribe to this channel. This channel gets a lot of views on my videos. My videos have very high views for the amount of subscribers I have, but we do have decently low subscribers. I really want to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers soon, and I mean, I can't do without your guys' help. So please subscribe. If you see this video, you're going to get notifications and everything when I update a video, and you're going to want to see the information I'm putting out, I hope. And if not, then you don't have to subscribe. But it would be much appreciated. So without further ado, I'm going to get into talking about eBay stores and their fees. So basically, this is what happens when you start off with a regular eBay, not store or anything. You're just an eBay seller. You're an average Joe trying to sell or clear out your garage and do all these auction listings or whatever the hell you want to do. Are the fees that you're going to get charged. You are going to get charged right off the bat 10%. Maximum fee is $750. That's a pretty high amount of money. It means that you have to sell an item over $7,500 in order to max that out. So you're not going to max that out. And then there's musical instruments, just comes out of nowhere and says 3.5%. And then whatever, the heavy equipment shit's 2%. But the majority of what all of you guys are going to sell is 10%. So if you don't have a store, you are going to be charged 10% no matter what category it is, minus these 2 miscellaneous categories right here. If you have a guitars and basses store, yeah, sure, you're probably killing it with your low fees. But everybody else is going to be charged 10%. So you may say, oh, 10%, Tom, what's the difference between that and 9.15% or whatever? So I do tell everybody that put your fees at 9.15%. You always have to say for the worst. I know Amazon has different fees, and I know the highest one on Amazon is 15%, and everybody says that Amazon fees are 15%. They don't say, oh, well, check the category that it's in for every item. That's just too tedious. That's too much time. You can't control that. That's not controllable. You need to just say what the highest fee is going to be or what the majority of the fees are. And the majority of the fees here are 10% because you really don't have a choice. You're going to be getting charged 10% for every single item if you don't have a store. I know a store is $28 or whatever dollars a month, but this is your business, and hopefully you didn't get into eBay dropshipping with no money. You do need some money. Every business needs some money, or you need to go into debt or whatever in order to try to build yourself out of debt. I'm not here to tell you how to balance your finances. I'm just here to tell you what decisions to make or give you some examples and some information on how to move forward. So why get an eBay store right off the bat if the difference between 10 and 9.15%? Well, first off, if you're selling over, I think it's like $2,000 or something dollars a month, and you're covering the fact that 1% is covering the fact that it's the $20. I think 1% of 2,000 is 20 some dollars. So if you sell like $2,800, then you're in 1 month, you're going to be covering your fee for the store. And hopefully your goal is to make over $2,700 in sales or $2,800 in sales a month. And that being said, also, there is a cheaper store out there option. If you buy the yearly plan, do not buy the yearly plan of any store. I do not suggest that because of the fact that you don't know how long your store is going to be at that specific plan. And also, you don't know if your store is going to get banned. I would hate to put a whole yearly payment down of like $3,600 on an anchor store, or like $3,000. I think it's $3,600 altogether, and then get my store banned. I mean, that would be an awful kick in the shorts, and I'll pay the extra $50 a month or whatever it is for an anchor store every month. But the one big thing that not a lot of people realize, that once you get a store, your fees are not just 9.15%. Sure, the heavy equipment drops down to 1.5 and stuff like that, but there is a lot of other categories, 6.15, 6.15, 6.4%. 9.15, 6.15, 8.15, 6.15, 7, like they're not all just 9.15%. And I know that we always tell you make your fees 9% or 9. I always say 9.15%, but you are not going to get charged that 9.15% every single time. And I'm going to show you proof of that in my July invoice from eBay. So that's the main reason why I do suggest getting an eBay store, because first off, you are saving that 1%, but second off, you are also not paying the full 9.15% on every single item that you sell. Like the tablets and stuff like that, that is just completely different. And you might end up selling stuff like this, and you're going to get charged only 4%. So, what if you're selling a tablet? I sell a lot of tablets sometimes. What if you're selling a tablet from Walmart or whatever, and you only get charged 4%, but you're making an extra 5+% based off of what you thought that you were going to. So a little bit about the subscriptions and fees. I'm not going to go too in depth on this, but there's the basic, there's the premium, there's the anchor store. I don't suggest getting an enterprise store. I don't see any real need for that, or a starter store. There's really no point in getting that at all. You don't get any free auction uploads or anything. And the cool part about the stores is how many the items that you don't get charged insertion fees for. So a basic store, you get charged, 25 cents for an insertion fee, and that's 250 items a month. You do need to make sure that you know that 250 items a month means 250 items in your store if you're listing your items as good till canceled, because good till canceled items get renewed every 30 days. So that does count towards your 250. So the way I look at it is you just look at these numbers and you know that if you have 251 items in your store, you are going to be paying 25 cents for that one extra item every single month. You need to know the math in between when to move up and when to move to the next store. And I'm going to give it to you right now. It's about 450 items, or 430 something items is when you're going to want to go from a basic to a premium store. And from a premium to an anchor store, you're going to want to have around 3,750 items. So 3,750 items is when it's most optimal to move up to an anchor store. So, I mean, there is the benefits of the lower fees throughout, and that's the math that I based it on, the difference in the price every month versus the difference in the insertion fees, and it's just a quick calculation. So I do want to show you in this next slide, or this next window, basically this is my invoice from July 2018 on one of my stores. So this one store right here, it says down here that it did $71,000, $537.35 in the month. And if you want to break down, this is what I get charged in June. The insertion fees are $20 because I moved from a premium store into an anchor store halfway through the month. I think I got a free upgrade. eBay gave me a free upgrade, so I didn't have to pay for the anchor store actually. So my subscription is $80. That's the premium store. My final value fees obviously make up the majority of this, and my promoted listing fees. I told you guys in the last video that promoted listings make up around 25% of my sales. It's only $250 for my promoted listing fees, which is actually a pretty low percentage when you think about it. So if you guys aren't promoting listings because of the fact that you don't want to pay eBay an extra 1%, then you're screwing yourself, just like if you don't get a store. So overall, it was $6,600, basically $6,700, and my credits, that's returns and just other final value fees that get back to you, and then promoted listing fee credits. I'm guessing that's because of returns as well. So the total due says $6,260 right here, and down here I don't know why it says $6,213, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if you look at it, it says my total monthly fees only ended up being 8.69%. That is also including my subscription and my promoted listing fees. So the $80 plus this 250 plus dollars, so around $330 extra plus the insertion fee. So 350 extra is basically added into my fees, and I still came out at lower than 9% by a decent amount, lower than 9.15% by about 0.5%. So the fact of the matter is that you cannot control what fees you're getting charged, but you need to always calculate for the worst, and you are going to be hopefully making more money than what you are expecting to make. So if I want to do the math based off that, which I'm not going to do, I definitely made a lot more money based off of my actual money that I made compared to if I did all my calculations and just kept them as truth at 9.15% of the final value fees that I got charged. So I do know that for a fact, not only based off the 1 extra percent that you save from the store, you save multiple extra percents based off getting charged different final value fees as you go and you sell more items out there. So that's basically all I wanted to cover in this video, and I wanted to make sure that if you guys are planning on cheaping out on an eBay store, do not do that. You need to pay the $28+ or whatever it costs a month to at least get a starter store right off the bat. And I want to make sure that you guys don't make the mistake with the insertion fees, because I've seen people make mistakes with insertion fees and get charged like $600 at the end of the month for insertion fees that they didn't know they were going to get charged. I've seen some decently experienced sellers, a couple months into it, finally realized that they were getting charged insertion fees the entire time when they didn't think that they were gonna, because they didn't list 1,000 items that month. But in reality, they did, because their items relisted, because it's when you make them good till cancel, they always relist every 30 days. So you do need to make sure of that. But you also, most importantly, need to make sure that you do get an eBay store. It's imperative. You cannot skip out on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look down in the description for some links to whatever software I have. I have some pretty good deals on a lot of the softwares, TrackerBot, Zik Analytics. If you want my Profit Scraper mini course, I am going to make a video on Profit Scraper, a pretty in-depth overview of it later in the week. So I can show you guys the ins and outs and the actual insides of Profit Scraper and what makes it such a great program. And also, as always, we have the link to the free mini course in the description and the free paid Dropshipping University course. So far, we've gotten some pretty good reviews about it. And I mean, there's some decent success going on in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.